everyone, and welcome back to Avocado. As you already heard, hopefully, my short, that this is now my old channel. And yeah, so we're here on YouTube. We're going to react to something because why not? And yeah, just have fun. Love you guys so much. Oop. Technical difficulty. So today we're watching 4-hour police body cam compilation, 30 plus cases that will that shook the world.
Stop! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around!
In a world where every move is scrutinized, police body cameras serve as both guardian and witness, capturing the raw and unfiltered reality of law enforcement.
Watch here, got him. Got him.
You guys hear it, okay?
Get hands right now!
From heart-stopping pursuits to unexpected acts of heroism, these footages of justice unfold with an intensity that'll leave you on the edge of your seat. Brace yourself for a roller coaster of emotions as we delve into the most shocking police body cam moments. On March 27th, 2022, in Cinnaminson, Officer Scott was on his routine patrol when he spotted a black Hyundai swerving dangerously. The driver at the wheel was none other than Ian Smith, the gym owner who made headlines for defying COVID-19 restrictions. His story began with one margarita, but things took a turn when the cops stepped in.
One margarita can turn into 4 margaritas.
Guess what? He even blamed his car's suspension for his erratic driving.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Hey, good, my name's Officer Scott. I'm at the police department. You have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Yeah, hang on 1 second.
So look, sir, the reason why I'm stopping you is you were kind of all over the road back there. You almost ran that car off the road. I don't know if you noticed.
I have this.
Nah, cause if I was in a car, I would go wee. No. I would be an immature driver. This is why I can't be a driver.
Terribly sorry about it. I have this 97 right here, and I have an absolutely terrible death habit. You ever heard of it before? But they anything over 50 miles per hour with the suspension. It is
Pretty bad.
yeah, it's not good.
Officer Scott, maintaining his calm demeanor, explained the reason for the traffic stop. He mentioned the dangerous swerving and Smith veering off the road. Officer Scott nodded, familiar with the issue of death wobble, especially in lifted suspension vehicles. As they continued to talk, Officer Scott inquired about Smith's whereabouts that night.
Where are you coming from tonight, sir?
I'm coming from Collingswood.
Did you have anything to drink tonight by chance?
I had a drink earlier.
How many drinks?
One.
Just one?
Who believes that it was just one drink? Real question. Who believes it was just one drink?
What did you have a drink of by chance?
Officer Scott noticed that one margarita
I'm underage and I don't know how it works, but I know you can't get drunk off one margarita. You have to have like multiple shots.
might not be the only thing Smith had been drinking before his reckless driving. So he carefully watched Smith and then asked him to step out of the car for a sobriety test.
My
Did you have
sobriety
anything to
test!
smoke tonight too, or
Yes.
just drink?
No, just drink.
Okay, real question, because I was watching Kenji's videos earlier. But what if they're a fat person? Like, what if they're not even drunk? Like, what if they're a fat person and they just like can't wobble on one leg and they can't walk in a straight line? That's hurtful to the fat people out there. That is so rude. How dare you do this to people?
Alright, so look, man, because I can smell alcoholic beverage on you, I'm just gonna run you through some field sobriety tests, make sure you're okay to drive.
Officer Scott noticed a scent of alcohol on Smith's breath, prompting him to decide on conducting some field sobriety tests to ensure Mr. Smith was fit to drive. With Smith's consent, they moved to a flat and safer area. Officer Scott began with the horizontal gaze nystagmus, or HGN, test, where he asked Smith to follow the tip of a pen with his eyes only.
But what if you get, what if you, what if it's like, I don't know, I'm retarded, but like, what if it's something that you, like, can't do, and it's just like, girl, you trying to make me break my neck?
So just one drink tonight? Okay, you have anything
Sorry, I
wrong
make
with your
no
eyes,
sense.
contacts, any medical issues? No? Okay. So just put your feet together just like this. Perfect. I want you to follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only, and don't move your head. Okay?
The experienced officer, Officer Scott, didn't stop there. After the HGN test, he moved on to the walk and turn test. It was all part of making sure Smith was safe to drive and follow the rules.
So, next test we're going to do is going to be the walk and turn test, okay? I'm going to demonstrate and explain the start position and the test for you, all right? So,
Sorry, this is completely off topic. But like, if I was recording earlier, you probably would have got all my personal information. But also, I had to take like 30,000 hours just to get onto my YouTube. Because I don't know what happened. It decided to break down. And I had to like do everything else again. Had to go through my phone, go through all my emails. I meant Gmails. And find the one that's connected to it. So I had to go to my podcast one, which is the one we're on right now, because that one doesn't have anything that's watched on it yet. And it's just like all this big junk that I don't need. I'm being dramatic. But yeah. If you were here earlier, like if I recorded it earlier, it would have been like so weird. Like I had to go through everything again. I changed my password 50,000 times because I can't remember one. Oh my god. Okay,
our position is going to be your right foot from your left
I actually started crying.
foot touching heel to toe like so. Can you get in that position for me? Now don't move until I tell you to do so, okay? You understand? It's going to take 9 heel to toe steps in a straight line, counting out loud like so. 1, 2, 3. On your 9th step, you're going to take a series of small steps, turning back around, and you're going to return 9 steps. 1, 2, 3. Counting out loud with your hands down by your sides, okay?
Oh, may it be a pain in the ass, but if I'm being tested.
It's fine, I mean...
I'm sorry, sir, but you kind of are.
I'll do it wherever up here. I don't mean to be pain.
Okay, so do you remember the instructions, or do you want me to go over them again? You see this straight white line?
Sure.
9 heel to toe steps, counting out loud, return 9 steps back, okay?
Starting out with the right foot.
Right foot in front of your left foot, touching heel to toe, okay? You can begin the test at your,
Get off of my screen.
whenever you wish.
No, but like, what if you're an old person, and what if you're like fat? You can't probably walk in a straight line. Like, I'm not trying to be anything. I'm fat too. But I could walk in a straight line because I did gymnastics for 3 years. But like, what if like you had just like sprained your ankle? What if you just like little too heavy and you can't walk across it? Like, this is what you gotta think about, because I think the policemen have to start doing it to see how hard it is. Because in gymnastics, we had these skinny little ones, and I had to walk across it, and I fell, and I hurt my butt cheeks.
As Smith began the test and started counting, it became evident that things were not going smoothly. He encountered significant challenges in maintaining his balance and coordinating his steps, struggling visibly. It was clear that he was grappling with difficulties, emphasizing the importance of precise and steady movements during such tests for accurate results.
Okay, the next test is going to be the one-legged stand test, okay? Start position for that, it's your feet together, hands down by your sides, just like this, okay? All right? When I tell you to do so, you're going to pick up whichever foot you're choosing. You're going to lift it approximately 6 inches off the ground, keeping your foot parallel off the ground, okay? Don't lift your hands above your waist. Good. All right, you can begin the test.
9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 15,000, 16,000.
What if you just can't count like me? Like, girl.
All right, Mr. Smith, you want to be honest with me about how much you had to drink tonight?
One double margarita.
Look, just based on my observations, okay, what your eyes are telling me, I'm just going to take you into custody, okay, for driving while intoxicated.
Scott noticed that Smith's attempt to maintain his balance was unsteady and marked by visible struggles. Officer Scott, unwavering in his professional approach, proceeded to handcuff Smith. This action was taken to ensure safety and order in the situation, reflecting the importance of maintaining control during such encounters.
So basically what happens from here is we take you back to this test, okay?
Listen, I am not trying to get you in trouble. You're standing out here on a windy road. You're submitting a balance test, which I did. Did I not do well at? So you're going to submit me to a breathalyzer test.
Like I said, so it's everything in account. You're driving, you're ran a car off the road, okay, and then your tests. Based upon my observations, I reasonably believe you were intoxicated.
Smith became increasingly frustrated. He couldn't understand why he was being arrested and demanded a breathalyzer test, which Officer Scott calmly explained was not available at that time.
Section 20, they're coming in. What do you mean?
You know I'm a congressional candidate in this district, right?
I understand that. I think I've been nothing but respectful with you.
Smith was getting more and more frustrated as he kept arguing. He even mentioned a
That's because he's a big baby. Like, we need to understand that.
10
When adults are drunk, you need to understand that they become like children. Like flipping children. Like sometimes, like I'm a very immature child, and sometimes they be acting more immature than me, and that's really surprising. Like, dude, don't be more immature than me. That's my specialty, not yours.
Congressional Academy in the district. Basically, he was acting like he was a big deal, when in reality, he was not. Officer Scott, getting tired of all this nonsense, decided to concentrate on his job. Later, Smith was charged with driving under the influence, as well as reckless and careless driving. Well, after that last case, her audacity knows no bounds. A woman who seems to believe her superpower is being the lieutenant's daughter. On January 8th, 2023, police were called to deal with 30-year-old Karina, who was kicked off an airplane for yelling, spitting, and using bad language with the airline staff.
Miss, you're not free to leave. Okay, no you're not. Come here.
Are you okay? No. I'm just checking on you. What's going on? Okay, I'm a police officer. I'm here to check on you. Okay, open the stall. Let me. Okay, well I can talk to you through the stall. What's going on?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Everyone told me that they were fine with me. They were like making an issue. I was like, it's gonna delay your flight. I'm not gonna delay your flight.
Are you trying to go home or on vacation?
No, I'm going to work. What do you mean?
Okay, do you want to come out here and I can help you out? What airline?
I don't feel sincere in your voice that you're not helping me out.
I'm here to help you. What airline are you flying with?
Obviously, no, you're like, I was the last airline tonight. I'll just that money, bro, because I didn't want to make a scene for y'all.
Okay, so my biggest concern.
I was like trying to be helpful, but like honestly, it's ridiculous.
The officer, with a friendly tone, asked Karina to step out of the stall, hoping to engage in a calm conversation. Despite the officer's friendly approach, Karina remained inside, expressing her frustration regarding the airline's actions in more detail.
Y'all, I don't understand what happened because I'm looking for something.
Okay, so my goal is to make sure you get where you're going and make sure that you're safe to get there. So I've been.
I don't think anyone's gonna be safe if there's a drunk person on it.
Once you get off the flight. There has to be a
They
reason.
literally asked the whole crew. The whole crew did not say they could be off the flight. They didn't. I voluntarily left because I know how it's like letting their flight and like.
So why do you think they want to get off the flight?
Here it is.
I have no idea.
Oh, I found it.
They're doing an hour like whatever. It has
Go
nothing to do
on.
with the whole flight.
Good.
Okay. Can you open the door so we can figure this out?
No, that's much more bad.
Okay, so hold on.
Wait, if you've taken Uber since
Okay, wait, it was this one. I found it. Yay. This is who I'm talking about.
You did. I stopped
Like,
you.
this girl
8
right
miles
here.
down the road.
Let's see. Like, not trying to be rude at all, but like, she's a big woman. So, it's gonna be hard for her to do the sobriety test because, like, look, her knees. Go. Look at those knees. They pointing inward. They're pointing inward. Like, sorry, Kenji. I'm drunk. Okay. Okay, girl. We understand. I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh no. Yeah, okay. I don't have premium, okay?
I don't trust you guys because the way that I got kicked off the ring was irrational. How did you feel? You scared.
I would feel upset. Yeah, and I want some answers. But that's why the police are here. Yeah, to help you out.
You're gonna arrest me for what?
Who said I was going to arrest you?
Karina's apprehension about potential arrest, even without the officer explicitly stating it, shows her anxiety and awareness of the seriousness of her actions. Her mention of being arrested reveals her realization that she may have done something wrong. This situation serves as a learning point.
I swear, if someone gets arrested, you just gotta be like the chillest of chills. So like, you don't get on their bad side, so you don't like do what like you're not supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to be like, okay, I'll go. Okay, like I'm getting pulled over for like a speeding ticket. Like, I'm not that old yet. But like, imagine like you're getting pulled over for a speeding ticket. Yeah, you're gonna be upset, but you gotta put like this fake personality on and show that like you're not upset, that like you understand that you were speeding, and like just be like, okay. And if you do end up getting arrested, just be like, go with it, just be okay. But like, if you're drunk, that's gonna be hard. But like, don't drink and drive, people. Don't do it. It's bad.
About how individuals often comprehend the consequences of their actions even before official statements are
I wanna
made.
go on
It
Twitch.
highlights the role
I
of
should make
personal
a Twitch
responsibility in legal encounters.
Lieutenant where?
Does it matter? Because Lieutenant Morales, not that you're saying that, like I know what's going on and it's unreasonable. No, I don't feel safe because she's called 911 from here. Is that your phone? Is that your phone?
Yeah,
Honestly,
can you open the door?
We are 911. You're restricting me from 911 access. That's a felony.
We are the police. When you call 911, we're going to show up.
Did you have anything to drink that would make them think that you would need to be on the plane?
What?
So did you have anything to drink today?
What's going on with my friends?
Okay, but did you have anything to drink today? It's not against the law to drink. I'm just trying to figure you
The
out.
whole plane said that they're fine with me being there.
No, I'm asking you. Did you have anything?
Can I talk to you about something?
Yeah.
Woman and woman?
Yeah.
I'm letting you know.
Well, do you want to go see if you can get on the plane? Because it's still there.
I'm not on the plane.
If you go over there, civilize me.
The most civilized person you've ever
Okay, well, let's go. Let's go.
Thank you.
We're gonna be here with you the whole time.
That's fine.
This is all we want for you to come out.
Karina's reluctance to provide clear and direct answers added an extra layer of confusion. While the officer was working to comprehend the situation, it became evident that Karina was intentionally avoiding a vital question: whether she had consumed alcohol. This highlights the importance of straightforward communication in such situations, as evading critical questions can make it challenging for authorities to ensure safety and enforce the law effectively.
And you swear you didn't have anything to drink today?
You're fine, yes, I swear.
You did not have anything to drink today?
I'm not being out of control.
Because you can fly if you haven't had anything to drink and they think you're safe to fly. But there has to be a reason for them to kick you off the plane. So just be honest. So did you have anything to drink today?
I'm gonna call a lawyer. Before I answer any more questions, I'm gonna call a lawyer.
Okay, Miss Karina?
Please don't touch me if you don't have a reason to.
Okay, I have a reason to. Okay?
I'm arrested?
Yes, you're going to be arrested for public intoxication, okay? And the reason is because I talked to the airline and they said that you were kicking and screaming and causing a disturbance.
I'm not doing any of that. I'll call my dad. I'll call my dad. Yes.
Okay, it's all being recorded. Just take your backpack off. Go ahead.
Are you serious? It was not kicking you and screaming anywhere on that thing.
Alright, that's okay. Now just calm down.
No, shoot me then.
After they arrested Karina and placed handcuffs on her, she continued to display defiance. Her refusal to cooperate and her strong assertion of her rights included mentioning that her dad had the position of a lieutenant. It seemed as if she believed this familial connection made her immune to the law, a notion that, in a rather ironic way, underlined the importance of equality before the law. This situation reminds us that everyone, regardless of their family background, is held accountable for their actions within the legal system.
I really don't feel comfortable. I'm standing. No, I don't want to touch me. He's on a parking lot. I don't want him touching me. I literally don't want him touching me. I'm asking you not to let him touch me. I don't want him touching me. I don't want him touching me. Yeah, because he's touching me. I don't want him to. Seriously, no.
What don't you understand?
What don't you understand?
Do not kick the officer.
Do not. Karina, stand up. Stand up.
Stand up.
Karina, stand up.
We're done being nice. You already came nice. You already kicked him twice.
Yeah, they're so great because he was touching me.
To the car.
The determined officers remained steadfast in their commitment to uphold the law. They demonstrated remarkable patience, professionalism, and dedication to their duty, even when faced with a passenger who was uncooperative and openly defiant. This serves as a valuable example of how law enforcement officers work tirelessly to maintain order and ensure the safety of the community, no matter the challenges they encounter. Her continuous and stubborn resistance was putting everyone on edge. After a long process, they took Karina to the holding area. They charged her with resisting arrest without violence, assaulting a public servant, and public intoxication. Similar to the case where a daughter believed her father's status as a lieutenant could save her from arrest.
Okay, if you lie about that, that's just like, bro, why? Why would you lie about your dad being a lieutenant? Like,
there's another peculiar situation. In this case, a father perceived his son as a superpower because his son was an FBI agent. On August 24th, 2022, officers responded to an ordinary car accident. Little did they know that what began as a simple encounter would escalate into a bizarre incident.
Hi, where's the other car?
This is how car was. It was smashed into me. And when I come out, and I was like, sir, you hit me? And he's like, no, I didn't, while his car is in this position. We were turning left and golf towards that way. And then we just came here. He followed me, but then he left. He talked on the phone, he kind of wandered around the parking lot, and then he got in his car and drove off. He tried to stop me taking a picture of his car, the number to give it to dispatch. And then he did not want to provide me any information. He was like, I know who you are.
And is that the damage right there?
Yeah, he hit this and then this kind of bounce.
Okay. And then you did get his license plate number?
I did. I got his license plate number.
Yeah.
And that's it. But he did not give me any other information. He just drove off. He was wandering around this little gray car. Yeah.
What direction did he go?
So he would go that way, and I'm not sure if he turned. I think he turned right because he was going that way behind me.
After a car accident, the victim is recounting the events to a cop. The victim explains that the other driver initially denied responsibility for the collision despite the damage. The other driver left the scene rather suddenly. This exchange provides insights into the aftermath of a car accident and the victim's efforts to gather information about the other driver's actions.
Do you want a crash report done?
I do want it. I want to get a report because then I have to like get this fixed.
Sure.
It's not a big deal, but still, you know, I work and I pay for it, so.
Yeah. Do you have your license and insurance on?
Of course. Sure, he had a few drinks, but he wasn't drunk. But
Could you smell alcohol?
I tried to stay away from him because he was like, "What are you doing? I know who you are." Blah blah blah. And he's like, you know, I'm Polish. And I'm like, sir, I understand. Doesn't matter where you're from.
Do you want him arrested for hitting you, or do you just want like his insurance information?
I just want his insurance information. I don't want him to go to jail and stuff like that. That's not something I want. He just needs to be careful. Like, what if there will be a child in the car or something?
The police spoke to the victim and then decided to find the other driver. They were very determined to discover what really happened. When they reached the other driver's house, something surprising occurred. At first, he tried to escape by driving away, but then he had a change of mind, turned his car around, and came back to his house.
Hi.
Hello.
Problem?
Yeah. Here, you want to step up for me?
No.
You got into an accident over on Greenwood.
I know.
You know?
I say I am gonna pay for anything.
Okay, well, according to Illinois law, you have to.
What else?
We're trying to explain that to you. Why don't you just let him talk?
I know sometimes somewhere for 1 year.
Okay. All right. Do you have an ID or anything on you?
No.
No. Do you have insurance?
I don't have. I am from Poland.
Do you have a driver's license?
No.
You don't have a driver's license.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
Excuse me?
Drink.
Okay. What do you think about this?
Because I can smell it.
No.
The driver appeared unsure and was not very willing to cooperate. He seemed quite confused, mumbling, and hesitating, which made it more challenging for the officers to get the information they needed. Despite this, the diligent officers persisted in their efforts to uncover the facts of the situation.
What's your first name?
Joe Biden.
Okay, no. What is your name?
So you either have to identify yourself, or we're gonna take you.
We're not.
You're gonna arrest me. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're not gonna identify yourself.
Be careful, because sometimes I am my son working from earlier.
Oh, okay, cool. So how about this? How about you give us your name, and then you can go inside.
No. Don't try.
Don't try.
You're playing games with us here. We're trying to get this taken care of so we can get you out of here.
Why are you doing this?
Because you guys have an accident. She's not under the impression that that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You gave her no
My
information.
home is when you. Go ahead.
what are we gonna do inside your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any sort of ID on you? Anything?
I don't care about some kind of bullshit.
The officer
I don't care. Girly, I really hope that you're not lying about your son being in the FBI. But I also think that if you're in the FBI, your parents or anyone shouldn't know. I'm sorry, I'm bored. But like, why would you say that when you're gonna go to jail? Your son not gonna do anything about it unless he's a Karen like you. I met Kim.
tried to coax the driver into providing his name, but he remained uncooperative, responding with a string of incoherent statements. The officer made it clear that cooperation was the only way forward. The driver's refusal to identify himself could lead to an arrest.
I want to be fair.
Okay.
I like it, police. My father was police.
I appreciate that.
My son working for FBI.
Okay, so all we're trying to do now is we're just trying to identify what happened in the accident, so we can leave.
Yeah. You want
So I need your name.
You want to kill me?
No, sir.
We
I
just
need
want your name.
I need your date of birth. Go ahead.
No, can
Well,
you
my
just
home is
speak?
at home.
Just speak your name out loud, and I will write it down. What is?
Is he drunk or is he just like really stupid? Cause right now I'm really hoping he's drunk or he's just really stupid.
Your first name?
I don't speak Polish.
I don't speak Polish, no.
Unfortunately, no.
No.
I remember one lady who was
You remember
in
one
sheriff's
lady?
department.
We're going to give you one
I'm
more
not making
chance.
fun of him, I'm
Tell
just
this
saying. That's
officer your
completely
name,
off topic.
so we can complete the crash report,
I never go on.
or we're going to have to take you under arrest,
Yeah.
okay?
Take
As
him under
tensions
arrest.
continued to rise, the situation started heading in a
Take
more
him
troublesome
under arrest.
direction. The
Take him
driver's
under
unwillingness to cooperate led to a chaotic arrest. During the struggle, the driver even fell, requiring the officers to put in extra effort to control the situation.
I don't want to go with you.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Chances.
Put your feet in.
Why not?
We're done talking now.
Excuse me. Why you guys doing this?
I'm sorry, his
when
voice
I
is
go to
really
my
annoying
son,
right now.
We're done. Put your feet in.
I am not chicken.
Put your
Yes,
feet
you
in.
are.
We're done here. Come on.
You
Even
are
with all the
chicken.
commotion, the officers stayed calm, knowing they had a job to do. They arrested the driver, who kept on resisting. While they tried to put him in the police car, he kept fighting, making things harder than they should have been. At the police station, the driver's behavior continued to baffle the officers. He shifted between moments of clarity and utter confusion.
What kind of police you are?
Am I close?
What are you saying?
I don't think are vegan, but I think this is hot.
Here with AK.
I
Are
am
you
close.
threatening to shoot up the police station?
I don't have. Free. How
Making threats to shoot up a police station is not a joke to anyone here. Do you understand that?
I'm sorry.
Wait, is he
Threats to
stuck
shoot
to
up
the chair?
I don't have.
He's stuck to the chair. He's gonna start.
Making
No.
threats to shoot up a police station is not a joke to anyone here. Do you understand that?
Yeah, sir.
That's not funny.
Later, they arranged a cab and let him go with a D bond. He faced the consequences of his actions. He was charged with multiple offenses, including DUI, obstructing identification, resisting arrest, leaving the accident scene, and assault.
What?
Unlike previous cases, picture this. A person of great power and authority herself. It all began in the early hours of September 1st, 2023, when an Atlanta police officer was called to the scene of an auto
Shut up.
accident.
No. Where'd it go? Come back here, sir. Sorry, I just figured out what DUI means. Driving under the influence. I'm a little stupid, guys, okay?
At around 3 a.m. The officer quickly reported to duty, only to
That's which hour? Why would you be up at which hour? It's really stupid of you. If I say so. It's very stupid.
notice upon arrival that something about the situation wasn't quite right.
What's going on, man?
Somebody just hit us at the red light. This my husband.
Standing at the scene of the incident was 42-year-old Patricia Smith and her husband, 47-year-old Samuel Smith, who was heavily intoxicated and, even more surprising, handcuffed.
Sir? Yeah, handcuffs? Why is he handcuffed?
I'm about to cash this check for $50,000 for an act.
Don't listen. Just trying to get your money.
Hold on 1 second. Leave him there, leave him there, leave him there, leave him there, leave him there.
An ambulance was later called to the scene, and the couple were both arrested. Patricia was charged with DUI and other traffic charges, while her husband,
Patricia.
Samuel, was arrested on an outstanding warrant. With the couple set to go to jail, one of the senior
got bored.
officers went over to ask Patricia about the mystery behind her husband's cuffs. The answer to that question would lead the officers to another clue in this mystery.
How did he wind up in handcuffs?
Sir, we just left the strip club.
Which strip club?
Peaches.
Peaches?
Peaches, peaches.
I
Sorry.
got you. Okay. Did you guys get into it with security over there?
Sir, I don't know.
Okay.
All I
He
know is
likes
that's
it.
my husband.
There's walks outside.
Okay, that's fine. You're good.
Despite knowing she was heading to jail, Patricia refused to reveal the identity of the man that had put her husband in cuffs. However, she did give the officers a new lead, a nearby strip club named Peaches. And so, the officers left the scene of the accident and drove to the nearby club where they met 49-year-old Terrence Jacks dressed in a complete DHS outfit.
What do you work for? Homeland. Okay.
Jacks told the officers that he worked for the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, as a special agent. And to be fair to Jacks, he genuinely looked the part. The 49-year-old was dressed in a vest that had a police patch on it, had a special agent badge, a handgun, and a sedan equipped with blue lights, all of which supported his claim of being a special agent. But because Jacks told the officers he was a DHS special agent and looked both nervous and unsure of himself, the officers immediately knew something was off. But first, they needed to know what had happened earlier with the couple they found.
Did y'all have some up here a little bit ago? Male and female get into it with anybody? Yeah. Sure. Left in a pair of cuffs? Yeah. What was the story with that?
Jacks admitted to handcuffing Steven, but he claimed that it was only because they were making a nuisance of themselves in the club.
No!
They were just drunk.
And whose handcuffs is he wearing?
Mine. He took off. He jumped in the SUV, took off.
At this point, it was clear to the officers that Jacks was lying. So the officers detained him a little further to confirm his status as a DHS special agent. And it's at this point that Jacks' lies began to crumble one by one.
Here's what I want you to do for me, okay?
Sorry.
So let me do it. I'm gonna take your firearm off your side.
Silly, I...
Okay.
You got just circle here?
Yes.
All right. Place that in my car. I'm gonna detain you for right now.
The officer then began to strip Jacks of his badge and other accessories.
Right now, you are not under arrest. You're just being detained for the further investigation here.
Wait, police officer? Am I slow?
Do you have keys in your handcuffs?
In the car.
Keys in the car?
Yeah.
Who's the radio through?
Now, up until this point, Terrence Jacks had maintained his position of being a DHS special agent. However, Terrence must have realized that he'd already been backed into a corner, because when the officer asked him the next question, Jacks didn't lie. Instead, he chose to shoot himself in the foot.
Nobody.
Okay.
Wanting to confirm he heard correctly, the officer asked again.
That's not a Homeland radio?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have you have a seat in my car for a minute, okay?
As Terrence Jacks sat in the officer's car, more officers joined the scene as they tried to figure out who Jacks was and what his motives were. And that's when they discover even more shocking details.
The license plate is off of a Bluebird school bus from Tucker, Georgia. That's how he got a GB tag.
Radio tech, this thing.
The police officer gathered all evidence they had together, and Terrence was arrested and charged with suspicion of impersonating a public officer or employee and was booked into the Fulton County Jail. However, Terrence isn't the only one whose silly idea of impersonating a cop saw him serve some jail time. Meet Brandon Wasinski, an 18-year-old from New Mexico. Brandon was pulling a traffic stop at around 12:30 in the morning when a real police officer who happened to be passing by noticed something about the situation wasn't quite right. Brandon's car didn't have any police markings, but the car was flashing red and blue lights.
Well, we're gonna finish this one and then I'm gonna go. Because I gotta edit. I do all this.
And to further add to his confusion, Brandon wasn't wearing any police uniform. Instead, he was sporting a face cap, blue jeans, and white sneakers. So the officer pulled up to have a look. But the closer he got, the more he realized he was up to something.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Intrigued by how a young man was making a traffic stop in the middle of the night, the officer decided to quiz Brandon about who and what department of the police he worked for.
What's going on? Who you work for? Okay.
I know, I'm under-equipped.
No way you do.
Oop. I actually have to go. I love you guys. Wait, give me a second. Well, goodbye, guys. I hope you guys had an amazing time watching this, and probably later tomorrow, later today, I could probably finish filming that. But this is probably a part 1, part 2 situation. I don't know. It's 4 hours, probably 4 parts. I'll make it 4 parts, maybe. But I hope you guys had an amazing day. Love you guys so much. Also comment down below what I should call you guys, because I still don't know what to call you guys. Bye.